welcome to Larks and Tarps. I'm Kerry, and this week I'm joined by Morgan.
Hello!
And Tom.
Hello, I like the life you just brought into that one.
Thank you. That was definitely the first take.
The first take, of course.
Absolutely. I'm an expert at this.
Everybody knows that we always keep the first take here at
We're
Larks.
so professional.
So professional.
Maybe that should be a Patreon content. The first cut of every episode.
This is the first cut of every episode.
It is. The thing is, you say that, we do. We've had to the point where we've had people write in and be like, could you not just restart when you fumble it?
Yeah,
It's
why
like,
do you
no.
think Alex's back is broken from carrying the weight of this podcast? Because he has to edit through all of our bullshit.
Hope you get better soon, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, get well soon, dude.
Yeah. So, we finished Friday. Who wants to start off with Saturday?
Well, my Saturday, I was on the Bloody Great Sausage Quest with some of the Jackdaws, the Jackdaw Theatre Troupe. So
Saturday morning, the first thing.
more or less,
I mean,
yeah, because the person who I was doing the Bloody Great Sausage Quest with is non-combat. So basically,
Gotcha.
one of the Jackdaws, can I say their in-character name?
I'm sure they wouldn't
yeah,
mind. I mean,
Lana, yeah.
yeah.
Who I've done the Smuppet play shows with before, has been after the title The Custodian of the Bloody Great Sausage.
Oh, yeah.
And since I was working at Hens on the Friday night, I said I'm going to dedicate my Saturday morning to helping with that and lobbying for that. So what we did basically was we rehearsed the Sausage Quest Muppet play, because the idea was she'd made a sausage platter, which was vegan, because the person who chooses it is vegan, and apparently the word for that in character is vitalist. Like, when she presented to him, she was like, it's a vitalist sausage to your taste, like, not wink, wink, nudge, nudge, so that he knew that he could eat it. Which I thought was quite interesting that there's an in-character
I've
name
never
for
heard that before.
Yeah, no, neither had I.
Just say veggie.
Yeah. I suppose it does sound cooler, though.
Yeah,
Vitalist. Like, I'm going to go to a restaurant and ask for a Vitalist sausage.
It does sound cooler, but I'd be like,
Yeah, but... No, yeah, it's fair. Yeah, but you eat meat, though.
I'm
so.
stupid. No,
Yeah. Like, I feel like if it was important to you to know that, then you'd recognise that term. But if people were regularly presenting you with sausages...
Whoa, if only.
I mean, I love a morning sausage.
You nearly just said morning walk.
No, she'd made a platter that was representative of the Wall of Holberg, because it was the Senator of Holberg she was presenting it to. He's the person who chooses, basically, I think. So we rehearsed the play, then we went to find him, but we could not find him. We did manage to bump into the previous holder of the title, I believe, or the previous, or maybe the group affiliated with the previous holder, and we chatted to them, and they were all like, yeah, we'll put in a good word for you, because we don't want them to win, pointing to like the other carter next door to them. Like, they've been our competition for years, and our candidate isn't here this time, so we're gonna push for you to get it, which was very, very funny. And they also told us a story about how someone had created some mischief about this somehow, and like thrown a sausage into camp with a note saying "Live by the sausage, die by the sausage" or something like that. I was just like, what is going on? Why are these people so passionate about their meat?
Because they want the bloody great sausage or something or whatever. I feel like everyone. There's a lot of nations that have the mick taken out of them. I think the league gets away a lot of the time, but we can't continue to let them.
I don't know. That little time I spent there in the league was very silly.
Yeah, exactly.
We have the drip and we have the baddies, and you're still jealous.
I just don't. You've got like your dog house, some doggos or something.
Custodian of the kennel.
Yeah, that's it. And then you've got
the custodian of the bloody great sausage.
Madness.
It apparently just gets presented with sausages. No, that's the Senator of Holberg. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
We're a strange group of people. You're not even a proper nation.
Oh, yes,
You're just like a few cities across the empire.
Hey, 5 cities, baby. Got that wrong.
4.5. Let's.
We're gonna make Spiral great again.
God's sake. Sorry, Carrie. Carry
on. It was just very funny because while me and Lana were having these conversations, all these very important conversations about the bloody great sausage and the Senator of Holberg, and getting these pro tips from the people who knew their shit, we had left the 3 people we'd been rehearsing with in the tent, just stand by, and 2 of those people, one of them is one of the Jackdaws who's a prestigious member of the theatre troupe and in character, hates puppetry. Thinks it's abominable and it's a disgrace to the art form. Martine, yes.
Incredible.
Funnily enough, we have a puppet of Martine, and there was another leaguish friend of ours who was involved in rehearsing the play, and they had just spent the whole time just role playing with little puppet Martine, making fun of him and doing silly little things, and I just thought that was hilarious. We just came back, the look on Martine's face, like, but also the trying to not smile out of character because
out of character.
you know it is all in character that he hates puppets. Like he's like, no, it's you know abominable. It's
a philistine. Oh.
It's nothing. It's art, taking the mick out of the real art that is theatre, and it's ridiculous. And but then you know out of character, he's like, this is hilarious. This is great. This is very funny gameplay. So that was fun. What did you do? Oh, so you would be in the battle Saturday morning, both of you, yeah.
So we were in the same camp. We were.
Did you hear our little song?
Yes, I did.
It's got more verses now. I'm happy about that.
I know that I did what I think it was the Saturday morning battle. I walked past the Reapers, and I can't remember their in-character name, but one of the Reapers was like, "Look, it's a champ. There's a champion here. Why couldn't you lot beat him?" They pointed to me as I walked past.
Was it Cicero the leader? Or Cicero?
No, it wasn't. It was I only know his out character name.
Ben Odekava?
No, I only know his out character name. Big beard.
Not Joe?
No. No, big beard, kind of tall, helped us get out of the quagmire.
Oh,
Jean, that's it. I only know their out of character name.
General
I was like,
Jean, I'm saluting you right now, bud.
Yeah. No, I was walking past and I got like a positive heckle, and they basically turned to the troop, was like, why weren't you able to beat this man?
I do love the longer you're at LARP, the more like random people you know, and the more little interactions you get. Or like because I've changed character that many times, there's that many people that I now know out of character but haven't been introduced to in character, and you just get that little nod that like, hey, how you doing? It's like, just keep going.
Oh yeah, the classic I know you from somewhere else nod, like
I fucking love Jean. Accidentally lead a march against his generalship in the first time leading out the jackdaws on Codeine and Wine.
Yeah, that was what you. Yeah.
And now he's like, Nietzsche, you don't have to salute me. I'm not general anymore. General, how you doing? Jean the Conqueror.
Who was he general
of? The Wolves of War.
But yeah, that was. We got ready for battle. I
came to see you before battle. I was like, Tristan, don't fucking die.
Yeah, I remember now. We were fighting crabs.
The crabs were fucking awesome.
So it was very funny because I was speaking to the lance, and we were like, often our lance gets like a little.
You were with our lot, weren't you? Or very nearby when deploying.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the wing lions usually have like a little mission. We've got a little job to do. We did for this one, so it was like, let's go have some fun. So we all got together, gathered, waited for everyone to be ready. It's always very funny because we're often the last people up to the gate. Everyone's marched off, and we're like, we've got ages. And then we'll get up, and we'll still be at the gate waiting. But yeah, we all marched up. I had my new chainmail on. And yeah, so I know there was loads of objectives. I've forgotten most of them. My objectives were to protect the nobles of House Dulac, rack up a kill count, and kill a crab.
Nice. Did you kill a crab?
I didn't kill a crab. I got to hit a crab. The fight for me, I haven't got any like fantastic stories from this fight. It was really good fun. Got really stuck in a lot of points. I enjoyed kind of doing my classic Tristan barging to the front, which was good fun. Making the most of having quite a few hits, pushing forward, knocking some people, standing back again. A lot of the Grendel have spears, which was a nightmare. I was speaking to a friend of mine, didn't realize it was them, had been hassling me with a spear like the entire fight when we were doing like an ordered retreat. But yeah, really good fight. No kind of standout moments. No close calls from memory. Like it all went pretty well from our side. A crab ran past me and I got one hit.
I really want to see what they looked like.
They were.
I wonder if I hung out near God and like had my lunch at the right time, would I see them coming off the field?
Do you remember the Aldani that I showed you when we played Tomb of Annihilation, the lobster folk?
Oh yeah,
bit like that. Like that's the kind of vibe.
Like South Park, crab people, crab.
But it was like a two, obviously because it was one person in a costume, so they were like, it was stood upright, they had big claws and ran around knocking lines over. I hear they had a lot of fun wiping out marches.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some photos of it somewhere.
I haven't seen any crab pictures.
No, but I'm sure there's still plenty to come out.
They move quickly. Like they were like zipping past lines and just going strike down, strike down, strike down, strike down, strike down, strike down,
Oh,
strike
that
down.
sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Dornish line flee so much as when a crab's approaching.
Yeah, because you're just gonna get knocked on your ass. It's like divot. Let it go. Take some marches. Off it goes. But yeah, really fun fight. Really enjoyed it. Fighting the Grendel was exciting. I think they're my favourite to fight. Druze are annoying. Jotun are boring. Grendel were like a nice. Like it was. I really enjoyed fighting them.
Yeah.
What was your experience, Tom?
So my first experience was like, I stopped trying to go to the Lance Captain's meeting as a mercenary company because I could never find the fucking thing. It would be on the board and then not be in the place where it is and no one would know where to find it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, I've got other business to do. So it gets around to the next day, don't know what we're fighting. I usually like to know. And then someone says, we're fighting crabs. Crabs have the ability to shatter weapons.
Yeah.
Look at my artisan. Do we have artisan's oil? No. We have no artisan's oil.
Excellent.
So, march up to the gates. Luckily, my dear old friends in the Crimson Reapers are in the rank just in front of you. So I sidle up to Cicero. Cicero, buddy, oh pal, you wouldn't happen to have some artisan's oil you can sell old merchant prince, pal, would you? Luckily, they were good enough to sell me free artisan's oil for 3 crowns, which is a steal. Very good. And then onto the battlefield. I always loved the deployment. Being back in that pre-battle deployment is probably my biggest point of hype in the game. Everyone's looking the best. The war drums are going. Everyone's looking like are they going to come back for the battle? Wishing you well. Love that. The battle for me, pretty standard, really. Nothing really to write home about. First hit I got in the battle was on a crab.
Yes.
Instantly shattered my weapon.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Go to get a cut of that artisan's oil. It's already been used. This is 5 minutes into the battle.
Oh my god.
So I've got to like hoof it to the back lines to fucking find someone to fix me pole arm. And then it's pretty standard. One thing I think I do struggle with about the combat at Empire is being a shorter person and not... Tom is not an assertive person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like shoving my way to the front. Finding myself physically crushed back by bigger players who want to get to the front does get aggravating.
Yeah.
Because I want to get there, but at the same time...
You don't want to push your way there.
I'm not pushing my way in.
Yeah, I get that.
And I do get physically flung back by much bigger players who, I want to get involved. Like, cheers, dude.
Yeah, no, I get that. I do want to clarify as well, because I know it's how I push my way to the front. I do want to clarify.
But you kind of grab and like...
I'm also pushing anyone the way. Usually I'm coming to the fourth bit, like, I have a shield, so the people will move so I can get the shield in. Do you know what you need?
What?
You need a 9-foot pike.
I do need a 9-foot pike.
Because then you could just be at the back and just, excuse me, ooh, push through the line.
I can't imagine to fit that in the van though.
There's a Dark Blade, do one that you can unscrew.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I was wondering if that was possible. Is that LARP safe?
Yeah.
Around it?
So it's like, the thing is, you can only poke them with them. You can't like
But
swipe
who needs
with them.
calls when you're half a field away?
Exactly. You can't do calls. You can only stab. You can't swing. But basically unscrewed. So then you would have one that was
Just
like...
imagine you running around. Tee. Run to the next group of people.
But you literally... But
tee,
9
poke.
foot is like... What, like 1.5 meters? Like, and
I was
it's like,
gonna say, yeah, I'm like 5'4".
Tom is
so.
5'6", so
yeah, it's crazy.
almost double
Like,
me.
If
Yeah.
you sat on my shoulders, we still wouldn't be tall enough.
But if you unscrewed it, it became a one-handed spear, so you could actually have both weapons, which is really cool. But yeah, it's that.
Oh,
but
that's cool.
just you being like pike, and then like dropping it slowly down
Just about,
about past everyone's
"Pike!"
heads, and then just. Ugh.
I think another thing I need to do is when I've got the finances, I need to replace my armor arms. They look sick, but with the way they tie on and they kind of untie, they're quite cumbersome.
There's it might be worth. There's a mate of mine in Dawn who is a big armor guy.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah.
Lovely dude.
It might be worth chatting to him because he's got like loads of. He's always talking about how armor should fit you and stuff. So it might be worth having a
I
chat.
might have a word with him. Had a lovely drunken chat with him on the Thursday night.
Yeah,
Lovely dude. Fork from the Crimson Reapers also made a suggestion.
Okay.
He showed me some of their armor, and basically it's half chain, which would be good in my Brigadine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a crop top of chainmail.
Yes, I've seen.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't cover my arms, which
Yeah, they're also
I was looking
cool.
on Amazon, 120 quid, pricey, but not bad.
There's also Habibi Armory, who I got mine from,
Okay.
which was incredibly reasonable. So for a full set of riveted chainmail,
Yeah.
which is a lot more labor intensive, steel.
Right.
It's trimmed with leather and it's cut down the front with straps.
Okay.
And I think that full suit, so it like goes halfway down my arms, like nearly to my knees. That was 450 quid.
Cool.
But that's for like a full suit. So we could, you spoke to them about if you wanted butted and if you wanted a bit shorter.
Yeah.
Imagine it would be comparable to that, and you'd be pretty assured of the quality as well.
Cool. Part of me has always been tempted. Do I just go full chainmail, which would also protect my legs? But I would weigh a ton in brigandine and chain.
Yeah, you would. I mean, alley chain,
True.
because then
Also costs a fortune.
alley chain, not a fortune. You can get alley chain for pretty cheap.
Organ. I'm a poor man with
Yeah.
bad spending habits who plays Warhammer Magic the Gathering and
That's true.
role-play games.
Perhaps.
I can only support so many hobbies.
Maybe drop one.
Never. But other than that, yeah, the battle went well. The Jackdaws got a lot of shout out by Dawns at how well we fight. It seems we struggle to keep formation because I have the eager beavers. It's like letting the hounds off the
Yeah,
chains.
yeah.
And I think that suits my Carter a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
Release the hounds.
I did have quite a fun moment with we were wandering through the woods and there was a Grendel on the ground and they were just sat and I just looked at them and they were probably about 10 meters and I went, "Oi, are you alive?" And they turned and gripped their spear. I was like, "Good." And they just made my way over as they were there and just like beat them to the ground. I was like, "Ah!" That was really fun.
Just let out some of that frustration.
Yeah, but it's been quite fun as well because Tristan in character has been doing the Grand Tour, so he's just been doing tournaments for 3 months.
Yeah.
So he's very much like, it's nice to be able to actually
Kill something.
kill something.
Yeah.
I had to pull away from the front as well because whilst poking someone with my halberd, my arm got knocked back and it cut across the rivets and I cut open like the tops of two of my fingers.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like-
he did.
Gustavus, I need medical attention.
I have a boo boo.
Luckily, Gustavus being Gustavus, he had proper bandages to wrap around the fingers
Oh,
so the battles were
excellent.
done. The only other highlight of the battle, and I didn't know this till afterwards, apparently bastard, older bastard, trying to shoot me arrow. Hit me backpack, but I think it was going to be a nut shot if it didn't hit me bag.
Oh, yeah, because he thought he had not shot. Did you?
I was like, miss me.
oh,
My
Maybe I'm thinking
Nietzsche's
of something
man
else.
bag. Oh, my man bag got hit off my head as well, so I'm glad someone picked it up. 'cause I
Your
didn't
man
notice-
bag or your hat
No, my man bag.
got hit off.
Off your head?
The strap got unconnected.
Oh right, okay.
And I was like, shit, I'm
Oh.
glad you found that because it has my OC wallet and phone in there.
you bring
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, I didn't know you brought that up to Battlefield. You used to leave that with me.
Yeah, but then I struggled to find you.
Oh, yeah, now I do things.
Oh yeah, crap.
But yeah, great final battle with Dawn. I have to say, I've really fucking enjoyed Merkin
good.
with Dawn.
It's good fun.
You actually really get stuck in.
Yeah.
And as I said, even the disaster of E3's battle, Type 2 fun, one of the best
Yeah.
battles I've had. I hated it at the time, but looking back, that was fucking dramatic.
I said this last
I said the
week.
same thing about Pack Up.
Yeah. I said this last week that losing for me is often as good as winning because there's
Like
a lot of
Twilight
role
Night.
playing.
It's about the
last year.
story, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was really like again, Saturday Battle was really good fun, but
Yeah.
there's not really nothing really came of it for me. I'm like, cool, that was fun.
Do you know the only bad losses? And I'm shouting. This is a bit of a tangent because it's just D&D. Poor Nick's campaign, not played for 2 months, played for 10 minutes. We're all dead. We were just left in such a bad
You had a
position.
10-minute TPK in a D&D
Yeah.
session last week. Rip, absolutely horrendous.
But yeah, that's the battle. Great time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
I'm
it.
looking forward to fighting more Grendel. I'm hoping. I'm not ready for fuel yet. I'm not ready for fuel.
I
We
don't
need some allies.
touch wood, but I don't think we'll be fighting the Thule for a while.
No.
What
we'll-
colour are the Fool?
Blue.
Blue.
Although, then again, if you listen to that Thule episode with Andy Raff didn't seem so sure, did he?
Pop a fuel
Yeah.
or Daddy Fuel Daddy.
Thule Daddy, yeah. Thule Daddy didn't seem so sure when we were talking
Ooh.
about it, did he?
So what did you do after the battle, Morgan, or what did you do, Kerry? Whichever.
Do.
Do. I do. Oh, lucky me. No, well, as I say, we were looking for the Senator of Holberg for this custodian of the Bloody Great Sausage title. We couldn't find them. And then someone had said that we said we'd try again at 1:30 and we'd ask people to sort of, if they know him and if they see him. But like no one had seen him anywhere, which was quite strange. But yeah, we said we spread the word around. We'll be back at about 1:30. Please, like if you see him, let him know that we're like going to be coming to find him at that time. But I think Lana had already spread the word about the initial time. I thought she had the meeting booked in, but I don't know. It was very difficult to find. I'm not sure what he was doing, but maybe it was like an OC thing. Anyway, we went on to get some food. And after years of making fun of Nietzsche with his wine stains and various other stains on his white blouses, the one day that I decided to wear a white blouse to LARP, I also decided to go to the curry van and get curry and chips and eat it with those little forks from the, like the little plastic ones. So I mean, literally a couple of specks, but I was like, oh, I'm such a hypocrite.
They've gone full Nietzsche.
They've gone full Nietzsche. No.
Oh no, you're not in a restaurant eating prawns with fingers.
That's true. No, but fully, Radka and Nietzsche get along a lot better than any of his housekeepers. She just gets him a lot more, which is funny to say since we're the same person, me and all of his other housekeepers.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I did really enjoy.
Sometimes you just get that vibe about the character, don't you?
Yeah, where those food trucks were there, they've opened like a eating place now.
Oh yeah,
which is fantastic. I was like, this is amazing. Yeah,
the Sunday I ended up sat next to the orc egregore. We didn't realise at first because he had his mask off, and then he was chatting to us, and then I was like, hang on, I know who you are.
This is good.
It's good.
How were the vans? I didn't go and see them. I was suckling off.
Oh, there was a
Rocky's
couple
rack.
more options.
I had a wonderful pulled pork cheese chips.
Ooh.
That was...
The curry van was good.
Did you get a dangerous thirsty Thursday kebab?
No, I did have a kebab.
It's not dangerous. Why do you keep calling the kebab dangerous?
I don't
Just because
know.
it's served in a field.
I mean, it was very much like... the thing is, if you eat spicy food in a field, that's a recipe for disaster. But Tom seems to be convinced you'll get food poisoning.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's fine.
No, apparently... Rate incredible reviews from that new place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely fantastic.
It's just my fear of food vans after download. That didn't happen to me personally.
Yeah.
I think Download and Empire are very different events. Really.
A LARP that isn't Empire had an outbreak of norovirus.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Literally.
Yeah.
Brain cell.
And they had to isolate a couple of camps because...
Oh, no.
Oh,
that is one of, not my worst nightmares, but it is one of my great fears to get a sickness bug or food poisoning whilst at LARP.
Oh, can you imagine? At least there's...
Throw it up into those
Millie
blue
end up
toilets.
ill this time.
Oh yeah, someone did get food poisoning.
Oh, did they?
I don't know if it was food poisoning, but he felt
They
really
said
good.
it was food poisoning when I spoke to them after.
Yeah, I had... So my afternoon was... But I was pretty busy. So I was in the Night Protector skirmish, which was good fun. Well, no, actually, I'm saying that. Night Protector skirmish was a bit of it got rolled. So there's one side that had 20, 25, 30 people on it, and one side had 10 people on it. And the side with 25, 30 people did a mass weakness on the 10 people. So then it just ended, because obviously, it ended really quickly. Which, I get no, this isn't me being salty at anyone. It was just a bit boring. You know what I mean? It's you turn up, you fight for 5 seconds, and then you're on the ground. I'm like, I've just spent so long getting into this. So yeah, a bit boring. But yeah, no one's fault. Just that's how the game goes sometimes. Then there was a coronation I completely missed.
I went. Me and Alex went.
Was it good?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't see much because there was lots of people and I'm short.
Oh,
Alex
no.
probably could tell you more. I have one highlight to bring up, really. Well, maybe two. Someone brought a giant tentacle.
Yes.
Don't know why.
They killed a kraken.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I see. They killed a kraken.
But my main highlight was obviously all the nations showed up and presented their gifts and things, but then also the nations from outside of the empires, the Grendel just swanned in, and the audacity of the Grendel that came in, swaying there. Yeah, I think everyone's seen the pictures, and I don't know what they presented. Maybe Alex saw. I'm not sure. He might have to tell you next week. But I literally caught the glimpse of this Grendel and I just thought it was hilarious.
It looked incredible. I've just realised, because we actually haven't mentioned this. I was supposed to mention this right at the top. Keen-eared listeners will realise there's only 3 of us this week.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we have essentially Chloe and oh no, we did mention it at the top, didn't we?
I was going to say, I
Yeah,
did
yeah, I
say that,
mentioned
that Alex had a
back.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Carrying the team.
Sorry, this might have to get edited out again. I'm sorry.
But we will be hopefully
Yeah,
doing their feedback next
basically,
week.
Alex and Chloe will be joining to give us their coverage of Saturday. Just not today because we didn't want to wait too long to get some stuff out. Because I'm going on holiday.
You're going on holiday. Yes. Yeah. Which,
You never stop going on holiday, do you?
I know it's ridiculous.
gotta get him in between the laps, though.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like...
It's because two families were like, "Let's go on holiday," and we agreed to both. And then we were like, "Oh God, what have we done?" Anyway, a LARP. So yeah, no, the coronation. I've seen the pictures; look really cool.
Yeah.
Did you hear like the speech from the emperor and stuff?
Have we gone for the title of Emperor then?
Emperor, yeah.
Yeah, I did hear. I can't really remember it though. This was a couple of weeks ago now.
I do love her epithet,
But-
like what is it, crowned the Emperor of Thunder or something.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I should know.
I have a little question for you guys.
Yeah.
If you guys were to be the Emperor, because you get to pick your kind of title, what would you choose?
It's got to be Emperor of the Golden Roses.
Well,
isn't it?
yeah. I think
That's
I'd go
mine.
for Emperor.
No, is in like your
Oh.
epithet, like so. Is that what you mean?
Oh,
Or like the
Golden
last one was the
Roses.
Imperatrix or Imperatrix.
Oh, I see. You were right. Yeah, I would just go for. I would try to be the Emperor of the Golden Roses. That would be my idea. But yeah,
I mean, it depends if I'd be Radka being the Emperor,
Yeah.
or whether I'd be my next 1,000 characters, any of which could easily gain the title. I'm not sure. The Emperor of Silly Guys
the Emperor of
would
Silly
be
Guys.
would be very fun.
Either the Great Dawn or the biggest cheese.
Oh God!
Cool.
So not even like anything Emperor or Empress related. Just the big cheese.
It's the big cheese.
The big cheese Nietzsche. Yeah, that fits. So yeah, that sounds really cool though. So the coronation. Yeah, I was a bit sad that I missed it, but I had other stuff going on.
I
Yeah.
forgot it was on.
Classic.
No, we were like we were planning around it and stuff. Like we had a few little missions, me and Nia, who I was traveling around with, which are funny. The first time we've ever been looking for someone at Empire, and as immediately as I turned the corner looking for her, I saw her, and she was like going up the League Street, and I was literally like just coming down from Rushka, and I was like, if I run, then I can catch up to her. If I walk quickly, I'll catch up to her. And then Modesto caught my attention, and I said something to them. And then I looked around and Nia had gone. And I went up the League streets. I ended up going through Navarre, bumping into them there, and just being like, were you just at the League? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I saw you. I knew that was you.
How did you teleport?
But then we bought, I don't know if you've seen, I bought a little mushroom trinket, like a little jar, which has got like its own little frog and a little mushroom. And I bought a
Cute.
little mushroom biscuit. Like it was like a mushroom raffle where you could win things, but I didn't win anything, so I just bought a biscuit from them.
Do you enjoy playing? I feel like you play Trinket LARP.
Yes, I like Trinket LARP. It was nice to just spend all my money on trinkets this time and just be like, that's my character. That's role play for me. I'm buying trinkets.
Trinkets.
Because Radka loves trinkets.
Trinkets.
Which is great because I love trinkets.
What's your resource?
Business.
So you're just getting dollars?
Yeah, I just have the family business, which I work for with my dad, and that's where I get my money. And then I just come to Empire and run around buying trinkets and trading trinkets.
I have a friend who has a forest in Ossium where you are.
Yeah,
And you get 20 resources for downtime.
nice. I just can't be arsed selling resources, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but that's like 2.5 thrones. That's insane.
That is
How much have
very
you
good.
upgraded it or got it
Nope.
enchanted?
Nope.
Shit.
It's great works within Varushka, helping forests. 20 resources. That's
Yeah,
nuts.
what pro tip?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if we should edit that out because that's madness. It's crazy. This is why, like,
You say that like it's like 2-for-1 windows and doors or something. We should edit this out. It's madness.
it's too crazy.
It's too
like-
good to be true.
These forests in Varushka. Who knew? Don't tell anyone. Trade secret.
It's like how Nietzsche accidentally perceived Black Scar's pricing. It's incredibly low. I can't compare with those cutthroat deals.
No, it was just kind of like, yeah, absolutely nuts. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I understand the thing of like you get your money, you buy your trinkets, you buy your drinks.
It's the tightest I've ever been at Empire because I gave 2 thrones to my dad for like helping fund the bar, like because we have to buy the booze then make the money back, like and so I ended up like I've got like half a throne left. Because it was quite tight, but I don't actually mind that, especially because I was starting with a new character. I was like, to be fair, like I don't mind like starting from the bottom and working with like give most of my money away, trade a little bit here and there. It was quite fun, and also me and Nia had a few missions actually. We wanted to catch a bit of the Coronation, so I think that's where I caught up with her. She'd gone to see that. I caught the Emperor as they were coming through the League as their procession, and honestly, there were a few like little children who came up and gave them gifts. And don't know if you've ever seen the Princess Diaries film, the second one. Like, I don't know, you guys probably won't have. I imagine. Have you? The look on Morgan's face, the audacity of this bitch for assuming he's not seen an Anne Hathaway movie.
I've never watched The Princess
I'm not
Diaries
shocked at that. I have.
No, to be fair, I was sort of like, maybe
like,
you
Morgan's,
have,
Morgan's,
but
yeah,
Tom
okay.
definitely
Morgan's
hasn't.
a bit ding, like.
But no, you know that bit where she's doing the parade and she stops the parade to go and talk to the little orphan girl, and it gave me those vibes, and I was literally like stood like watched her, and I can't remember who I was with, but they were just like, "Do you want to just keep staring, or do you want to go?" I was like, "Oh, fine, yeah, okay."
Yes, I do.
I was like, "Sorry, but it's really cute." And then by the time I'd caught up with Nia in Navarre, she was there where the emperor was. The Emperor was like chanting and singing with Navarre and like holding up a dagger and joining in, and it was a beautiful moment.
I heard that was I
Yeah.
heard she did that.
That was really good. And then we were also on the way to the library to pick up the smut reading material for the smut book club. But we thought it was going to be like a couple of pages, but it was like a little novella practically.
Incredible.
They were running short, I think, or maybe there was some stock that was like packed away or something. But Nia just got one, and I said, "Oh, we'll share it." But then like they ended up reading a few pages, and then I'd taken it to read. But then life gets in the way, and we didn't end up getting through it, which is a shame. But then we went over to the Coronation anyway. So yeah, and that was cool.
Awesome.
What are you guys doing while the Coronation was on then? If you weren't going to that,
So straight out of battle. Not even taking armor off.
Meetings.
The only thing I did before heading up to the meeting was taking off those fucking armor arms, because I can do the rest of the meetings, but if I can't move my arms, then I'm a bit fucked. So this was probably meeting quest, which was over about, I'd probably say 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours of non-stop meetings straight after the battle, trying to accumulate the votes needed to get the chair of the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't go into who was really involved because kind of active gameplay, but we're trying to group up, make a deal. And one of the people we're negotiating with was like, why should the jackdaws get it? We have X amount of votes more than the jackdaws, and all really hardcore negotiations, proper league stuff. Really, really, really enjoyed it. It was like ping-ponging against all the league's groups. Some of the people we were working before pull out and try work with someone else. I'm like, fuck's sake. Right. Here's the options. You either can keep us, or you can have the Nietzsche option of buy us out. They showed loyalty and didn't buy us out. They kept us in. I was like, part of me really wants the cash. Part of me, the title would be cool. But money.
Money. Mr. Krabs.
all right, Mr. Krabs. Yeah.
So it was really fun. At one stage, it's like, right, we can't get the votes if these people leave. Right. You guys. And I know my secretary, Katerina's like, right, we might be able to get you some extra votes, but we want this from you. Like, do we want to give up a build slot for that? I was like, right. For fuck's sake, Gustavos, we can't do this without them. Give them the lantern of the wolf. We will build the fucking lantern if you get the votes. And yet, it was a lot of fun bouncing back and forth. Unfortunately, however, me being an idiot, I missed the final meetings of the negotiations to get Gustavos the vote. Because I was like, right, I've got a bit of time before this final meeting, which is at 4:00. I'm going to go get some...
all the wine.
No, first... The reason I went over there is to get some wonderful soup from Johnny and Kitty's Soup Kitchen, which was fan-fucking-tastic. I think you were the one who told me about this soup.
Yeah, I had the soup from the Hogsgrove Coppice, and it was fantastic. There was we were waiting for a tournament to kick off, and Tommy Oak starts wandering around, being like, "If you're bored, there's free soup." It was just very funny, and the soup was good.
Which soup did you have?
I had a spice parsnip or spiced carrot or something. I
It was
think.
spicy parsnip.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Why
really
did no
good.
one tell me about this miraculous soup?
I would have told you about free soup, but I
we-
didn't see you.
I know, I came specifically to find it. I mean, it might have been before this. I can't remember when it was.
It was good free soup.
But I
enjoyed it.
specifically went out of my way to find you this summer because I didn't see you at all at E4 last year until you came with the van to pick us up.
I saw you briefly this summit, like right at the start, I think.
This summer,
Yeah.
I specifically came to find you on the Saturday and I was telling
Yeah.
you about the times that the Jackdaws plays were on and I went and got a flyer and came back
Yeah,
to
that
find
was
you
there.
stuff,
And
yeah.
I told you about the Deadwood Night meeting as well, I think.
No, we talked about that before
But
time
yeah,
in,
yeah,
and I ended up not going to that. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, because you did. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
But yeah, no, we literally, I think E4, we just didn't. I saw you
No,
out the van.
literally, I saw you when we dropped off.
I never saw you in kit.
Yeah, like I think I probably saw you before time in on the Friday. I think, mate, I don't know, but we definitely didn't see each other at all in play. It was
Ridiculous.
crazy that can happen.
I had some of Johnny's lovely leek and potato soup with
And
some
then you had
crusty
some-
bread. And then I bumped into two of my favourite leaguers, Elle and Benno de fucking Carver.
Hey.
And I decided to join them for a drink at the Marcher bar. I can't remember which one it was, but it was at the top.
Whatever it was, they clearly do strong stuff. I saw him. I don't know how much longer later it was, but he came. We both bumped
It was
into
an
each other at
hour.
the Jackdaw camp an hour later, and he was just there like, "I'm really drunk," and I was like, "Have you eaten?" He was like, "Nope," which is apparently a lie because you had soup.
Soup, well
dare you
known
lie
for
to me.
lining your stomach.
Yes, the infamously absorbing food. No, he was very drunk, and I was like, maybe you should go get something to eat, and he was just like, nope. And then I don't know, was that when like the cursed play was happening?
First, as
That was in like the middle of the day.
Yeah, I know, right?
it was day drinking, but it was
It's holiday, okay?
I think that the sitting down with Elle and Benno was probably my highlight of the event because I never usually have the time to sit down with some good friends and have an icy drink and a laugh. Usually I'm too busy, and at night it's especially at E1 it's too cold, and you're like trying to find the right people and have the vibe. This was the vibe and a half, just like laughing about all things good. I have a personal ambition I want to pass on to Benno de Carver. I want to give that man, or help raise the money to give that man the first true Liao enema. I want to see him shitting out visions for for weeks. It's my goal. Is it heretical?
No,
No, it's just disgusting.
It's just
Tom.
very fucking weird.
There was a lot of cider.
Tom was giving us such a look. The look Tom gave us was like, "Are we gonna have to edit this out?" Like,
No, edit crickets in, please, Alex.
There is no crickets. It's now an ambition.
oh, okay. No, instead of editing the sounds of crickets, we should be editing cricket going yellow.
Hello.
We drank the bar dry of rhubarb cider.
Oh my
It was
God.
good stuff. I think between us we
Rhubarb
had
cider
about
sounds nice.
6 each in the space of an hour. Something huge like that. I saw, and I did help with them pester to buy the bar from them. So seeing the Reapers kind of quartermaster spend, I think it was 3 bits of werewood to get a sponsorship from the bar.
Incredible.
Just to put the Reapers sign up was fucking fantastic. So that's been a great hour. I'm like, okay, I'll see you guys later. I better go and check up what's happening in my camp. And then I found out the Jackdaws had put on a cursed play. Then I found out my Jackdaws had cost me 11 thrones.
Speaking of the cursed play, one person who went to see the cursed play managed to escape. I give you 3 guesses who it was.
I don't need to guess
just get one.
because they stabbed me.
Oh yeah.
They escaped through the back, acting like a cartoon villain, wouldn't heal me of my weakness, and then stabbed me and ran off. Oh no, they did heal me of the weakness, and then they stabbed me.
Which is probably good because if they stabbed you while you had weakness, wouldn't have that been really bad? Or is that like, do they relate to each other? I don't understand.
No,
how that
it's
works.
like so I had 2 hits. Weakness means you can't use pre-skills, magic, or hero calls.
Oh, okay.
So it
Well,
just-
then that's not so bad.
I just
yeah.
got shivved, so I was on 1 hit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think, picture this. meeting a drunk Tom or Nietzsche, finding out after being in a really good mood about his negotiations and everything that's happening, finding out he owes someone 11 throws.
Oh God.
You have seen Hercules, right?
I have seen Hercules.
I think my reaction amounts to Hades seeing the two imps wearing those trainers.
Yeah.
What?
I like to picture as like Nietzsche shouting and it suddenly zooms out of Anvil and you could just see birds flying away.
I like that.
I admit I am not the perfect player because I did have to take 5-10 minutes out for bleed of like, love this game. Why am I doing this? Equate it to you have been playing D&D all night and rolled nothing but natural ones. Your plans have been perfect, but it's all coming at once.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to ruin anyone else's game at the moment because I'm having a bit of a mood.
Yeah,
I'm going to put my hand up. I'm going back to camp.
I think that's
and I will chill.
Yeah,
Really
no,
fair and
absolutely,
mature.
do that.
And I think I will be honest, if that ever goes through, I know it's just a game and sometimes I feel silly, but it's not silly. It's your game. You're having fun. Sometimes you just need a bit of a breather. Get it out of there and you can get straight back in again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Poor
wish...
Modesto had to go and do damage control though. It's like,
Bless.
Modesto, my brother in Christ, I cannot do this.
I really like it's one of those things where it's like you've kind of got to take a step back and you know what it'll be like. You know what? At the end of the day, what's going to come of this? More game. Who cares?
Yeah.
But in the moment, you could be like, oh.
I think it's the main thing is just the money aspect. I've been spending so long trying to build the box. I'm like, yes, we're finally doing it. We've got a contract. We're going into next year. We're going to make some money. I can finally start playing the game a bit more frivolously, spending some money here and there and supporting causes. We're bankrupt again. How did this happen?
I think the thing is as well, it's like, and again, feeling gutted is entirely valid.
Yeah.
But you can also think of it from the perspective of like, that's almost really good storytelling.
It's
like
really good storytelling.
The jackdaws are just climbing up like a soggy hill.
Exactly. It gives you a continuous goal. Like if it got to the point where you had to like loads of money, like and things weren't difficult, it wouldn't be fun anymore.
The jackdaws
You've
not
got to
being
have a certain
underdogs.
Yeah, exactly.
The jackdaws not being underdogs.
The
would be
jackdaws are meant to
perverse.
be poor. Like
Not gonna lie, now it's over. I've had some sleep.
Yeah.
I've had some food.
Yeah.
It's hilarious now to look back
that
on. Like
Nietzsche
everyone's
would have
laughing.
been annoyed, and you were just in character. Like it just soaked up. You became the Nietzsche.
It was literally it's like everything's coming up Millhouse. What? And it's like my theatre troupe is like you know that meme with Jumba to Stitch, like you expect me to forgive you just like that, just like that. Yeah. Okay.
No, I do kind of wish that I'd been to see the play, but me and Nia had like plans. We've been talking about this like all through like the Coronation, talking about, we were like, so Nia had some goose whisper she was looking to get rid of. And I was just like, I've never done goose whisper.
Did you do goose?
Well, I did goose. The only photo of me from this entire event is just me and Nia stood there looking like, dude, where's my ox cart?
What did
We
you,
were both like just disgusted faces, like, what did we just do?
do you want to talk about your vision?
Yeah, a little bit, but also what I talk about the role play actual.
Yeah,
surprise.
go for
So
it.
literally, we sat down, we pretended to take this goose wrist, but I think we'd like poured some smoothie and then mix it with Coke, or whatever, put it in like a little cup just to try and signify this liquid that you're meant to inhale. We're trying to copy it as close to the instructions as possible, and we both just sat there and pretended to like sniff it, and then like that smells horrible, whatever. And then we like opened our cards, and I just immediately went, fuck, content warning, cannibalism. I was like, shit, this is gonna be a wild ride.
I've just remembered you did goose because I remembered this vision.
Yeah. I was
no,
gonna say because
remember,
we were
yeah.
talking about it at Pack Up, but. Oh, literally, I saved the slip of paper, but then obviously this was 2 weeks ago now, and Kerry's brain, it's a good thing I've written everything else down on my phone, let's just say. But I was in a random woods, and I was very hungry, and I started eating stones off the floor in this vision, and then a Dornish lady, I think it was, that came over and was like just shouting at me, and then I looked down, and then it's not stones anymore, it's yo folk. And then I think then it's like, in the vision you sort of come to and you think that you're awake now, but then every time you look at words, they fly off the page and faces look like they're melting, and just really, really fucked up shit. And then Nia had a vision, I think, about the cold sun. I can't remember exactly what it was. But there was definitely like a glowing ball of fire in the sky that looked like an eye or something. It reminded me of the Eye of Sauron when she was telling me about it.
I know.
So like we're just like sat there at chairs at the Jackdaw camp, just going like shit, shit, like role playing, just being fucked. Someone comes over selling Goose Whisper. We're like, no, we've had enough. Thank you.
I've seen too many things.
Then one of the jackdaws comes over. He's got a little cart, and we tell him that we're tripping balls and that we're, freaking out. And he gives us a biscuit each.
Ooh, that's Lucio.
Lucio gave us a biscuit each and made sure we were okay. And another jackdaw comes into camp with a goblin mask on.
Oh, that's.
And he's like, "Oh, ignore me. Oh, this is definitely my tent," and like being obviously sus. And I was like, "What?" But yeah, so they go into this like person's like pretending to be a goblin, wearing like not an orc mask, a full-on goblin mask, being like, "Yeah, no, I'm meant to be here. I'm not stealing anything. I promise I'm not stealing anything." We're just there like holding on to our seats, like, shit, what's going on? Why is there a goblin here now? Didn't even know there were fucking goblins in the Empire. What's going on? And then like next thing we know, 5 minutes later, obviously he's going in to get changed. He comes out and he goes, "Did you see a goblin come in there?" I was like, I don't know. Did we? I don't know. He's like, "Yeah, I just had to kill this goblin in my tent. Don't tell anyone though." And I was just like, "What?"
I'm so confused.
I am really confused and I need to speak to them out
Because
of character.
goblins are real, but goblins are, well, the only goblins I've ever heard of are heralds of Jaehaerys.
Unless they were NPC or something, I don't know. But I think I'd seen this mask before, like time in. I'm not sure. Like I think it's their mask. Do you know what it is?
Do I look like a man who knows what's going on in the Jackdaw?
You know what? Find out in play, I guess.
I have no idea what my Carter's up to half the time.
Oh,
Nietzsche
it
didn't
was
know
just-
until halfway through one of his lines running for senator.
Maybe Radka was just tripping balls and it was part of the vision. I don't know. But it was just very funny timing. Very funny. But yeah, that was basically the extent of my Goose Whisper trip. What were you doing around this sort of time, like mid to late afternoon?
So I had two things I was working on. So I was wanting to go on a Cold Sun skirmish. I found somebody capable of casting Howling. Oh, what is it? Something despite the Howling Maw. It's like a winter ritual which does mass weakness, because I wanted that to use against the Cold Sun. I was working with the Knight Protector of Autumn who was doing that skirmish. And this was at like 6:30, I think, or 6 o'clock. So I was working to get that sorted. So I found them. I was sending everybody I could to the Night Protected to get as many troops as we could. Because I had this big Cold Sun skirmish, and I also had my own private skirmish at 8:15.
Ooh, private skirmish.
Oh yeah.
Nudge,
Right.
nudge, wink, wink.
Horrible. We are very excited for that. And so I go to the Cold Sun skirmish, get all good up, get there like half an hour before, and it's like fully full. And I'm like, no.
This is my
I did so much work to try and get this all together, and that's all loads of people had sent there. I'm like, no. And I was really gutted, but it is what it is. These things happen. But then a wonderful jackdaw stepped out of the queue and let me take that.
Which one was it?
I again only know that out of character name.
Pike.
Pike. Oh, Pike's a champ.
Pike gave me a
Pike is
potion
lovely.
in case I got a ruined limb, and sent me. I was like, thank you so much. So I was very happy. It was very exciting. Everyone's very nervous because it's the Cold Sun. Everyone's heard crazy stuff about the Cold Sun. So we make our way through the Sentinel Gate, and we find ourselves in a little copse. And marching through the woods, we see the scions of Cold Sun. We've discussed them before. They've got blue faces. They're heavily armored. They are wearing, they carry pole arms. Some have got wands and shields. And there's one with a blue, almost like a Mero with no mouth.
Ooh.
Just a pure blue scaly face walking towards us. And as we and then we make contact with the enemy, the Winter Marker, who has got the mass weaknesses, on the left, and we start to push up to the right. As we start to kind of push them together, the mass weakness goes off, and we start to close in up on the left. And then I didn't know this was happening, but there was a couple of people from the League pushing their way forward to get to the one in the weird blue mask. And as they get to them, they put a curse on them, and it shut them down.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell any more than that, because find out in play.
Yeah.
But we found a very
But they
useful
clearly
tool.
know what they were doing.
Well, no, it was an experiment
Oh,
that was successful. We found out something very useful about Cold Sun on that skirmish. We also witnessed another one that just stopped attacking as well. So we found something that fights back against them, and then we cleaned them up. And there's a few people being like, "Oh, the Cold Sun ain't shit," because it was the first time they'd fought them. So no, we were ready. We knew what we were doing this time. And the one thing I loved to see was we had this line, and there was bits where it got a bit hairy and we're getting pushed back. But there's this rumor that's been going around that music puts them off, makes them fight worse, deters them because they hate creativity. It's impure, it's wrong, it must be destroyed. But as we sang, I didn't see any noticeable change from the heralds. What I did see was a line of before wavering people push forward.
Okay, so it built morale.
It built morale, and it was like the complete I'm kind of like I'm not going to squash this rumor because A, it might be true, but also like singing helps everybody else. Like people were surging forward, and like we did it because of that.
Gets you pumped.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely incredible stuff. Really clean skirmish, killed them all, found some really useful information. And then, jumped off the skirmish. Absolutely fantastic. It's my second successful Cold Sun skirmish. Somebody did die, but I didn't know them. And then...
Pour one out for that, dude.
I'm not sure. I don't know who they were, unfortunately. But yeah, awesome bit of experimentation that we now know some really cool stuff, which again, very fine out in play, but very cool. As we kind of came off the skirmish, big success. Night Protective Autumn was over the moon because it had gone so well. And then I went straight from that to then having to organise my private quest. So I went across Anvil and I was getting people who have been like a big part of Tristan's kind of life in Anvil. I was, being like, do you want to come on a quest? Because I had this little scroll. And then some of the people I thought were going to turn up, couldn't find.
Oh.
So I was 3 short. Luckily, 4 absolute heroes from a Dornish house were like, we're available. I was like, fantastic. Please,
Brilliant.
Thank you so much. And me and 14 Dornish heroes. No, not just Dornish. 14 heroes. Some international people. Some people from different places because Tristan's made friends across the Empire. Make our way up to the gate. So when you were casting Operate Portal, you need to know the exact location you're going to. My scroll said where we were going, and we teleported through. I hate to do this. I really hate to do this.
Oh, you're doing a Dave.
I'm gonna have to do a Dave. I can't talk about what
Plot
happened.
relevant information.
I can't talk about what happened.
Oh, just have this this flash of I was just watching again, the charity LARP noobs thing we did, and there's just had a flash of Tom marching around the LARP noobs going, "We can't talk about it because it's plot relevant."
Yeah, this is. I know we take the mic, but I literally can't.
No, I respect that absolutely.
You're becoming the Dave. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, and not horrible. Being Dave is awful. God, I'd never say that. Imagine saying being someone's terrible.
Does that
on
make
a
It's not like
podcast?
it did the same for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make me Millie or Bungle?
Sorry?
Does that make me Millie or Bungle if if you guys are Dave and Ian?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's only 4 of them. There's 5 of us.
I'm not sharing.
But I went on a skirmish. On that skirmish, we did some fighting. On that skirmish, we came back. And I think I passed my challenge.
Nice.
It's part of my challenge down in June.
Fantastic.
And I will leave whatever happened beyond the gate there.
Weak.
Cool shit.
Yep.
Was this before or after the Whale Eternal?
So there was a whale herald that turned up, but I didn't see them very much.
This is briefly where I am at the debate, just for time scale.
I had already seen this, but I was like, I didn't really get involved because
I saw you there, but you just didn't see me
Yeah.
because obviously my lovely fluffy hat is obviously very camouflaged. No, I'm just short.
But my big golden roses on my head is like there it is.
Yeah, to be fair, you are very noticeable.
But then I jumped off that skirmish, and then I saw someone I knew was like, "You coming on this one as well?" I was like, "Yeah,
Yes.
sure, why not?"
Go for it.
So I went on another skirmish, which horribly
Not as plot relevant.
no, it is. I can't tell you about
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, that's fine.
it. Jumped onto another skirmish, which was really cool, really good fun, more fighting. The people we were fighting looked oddly familiar. because obviously it's the same crew
That's
that we'd
hilarious.
fought half an hour ago.
I really need to get back on skirmishing. I haven't been skirmishing for a while, but I feel like I've become more of a political, businessy character.
But
Tom,
I need-
sorry, I was just going to
No,
say
it's fine.
we need to save this clip for when Tom dies at E2 on his first skirmish
No!
in months. Sorry, go on, Kerry.
I need to potentially do a bit of monstering at some point this year, and I know that the main person that I tend to hang out with while you guys are all out fighting isn't coming to E2. So as long as the weather's like mild enough and I can be bothered, I might come and monster at least.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've got a sword. Well, I'm borrowing a sword. But I know enough people that I'd be able to at least start out with people, and then if I get bored, I can fuck off the field.
Monstering is great fun. And also,
Yeah.
if you do monster, it'd be good to, like, if you did monster a day we're doing it, just, like, let us know.
Yeah, we can help.
Yeah.
Come along with, like, the Dawn Emu or something. That'd be great.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. And then my evening after that was I had some drinks in Wise Guys.
Nice.
I had some drinks in the tent with Degovan.
Nice.
I spent some wonderful time chatting to one of my troubadours and stayed up till like 3 a.m, chatting shit, drinking mead, and having a great time. So that was my
Yeah.
Saturday.
Nice. After my little mood explosion and calm down time, it was time to see the results of all my walking around and work, not including the final negotiations, which was the most important that I completely missed whilst talking about True Liao enemas and getting wrecked. But the tally of
Brickelion
votes are
play?
in.
Oh no.
No. Brickelion plays coming later.
Oh,
This
that's
is
what I'm
the
watching.
votes for the Chair of the Wolf, which was 10 votes opposed to our candidates, and winning with the biggest ever league majority in history, with 1,055 votes, as is recorded by PD. Might have been higher on the field, but miscounts are possible. Gustavos wins, so the Jackdaws possess the Chair of the Wolf.
Is that the first Jackdaw hat?
That's the first Jackdaw hat.
Should have been the custodian of Bloody Great Sausage.
Which is great, because I don't have to hold the hat.
The hat is in someone else's hands.
Gustavos is going to make a brilliant Chair of the Wolf. He is actually the Jackdaw that thinks things through and is practical and cold and calculating, so he will be fantastic at the job. As I say, the negotiations were a lot of fun. I'm getting very much into enjoying non-hat politics. So the politics you're doing with friends or rivals, not managed by PD-specific rules and regulations on the Senate floor or conclave. Being able to sit down and like, oh, it's like a trade unions meeting here with like your light bulb just swinging side by side. Everyone feeling like they're sitting around smoking fags and just pouring whiskey. Super good game. I think the main thing after that we did was Rock the Brock.
Rock the Brock.
Rock the Brock, baby.
That was so much fun.
Which I was super hyped for. Do you want to start off Rock the Brock from your audience perspective?
I'm not gonna like obviously discuss like the whole plot and everything, but I mean my main takeaways was that it was very much a love story between Talis and Nietzsche. And everyone was like, kiss, kiss. And it was hilarious. And I was sat next to one of my new friends in Navarre, and I was like, just for like OC, like he's my OC boyfriend Nietzsche, by the way. And they were just like, oh my god, this is hilarious for me. This must be so much fun for you. And I was like, it actually is. It's so much fun. And it was really good. Obviously, I love all the plays that I've seen by the Jackdaws. And I don't know, they get better, I guess. Oh my god, Grace is the squirrel.
Yeah, because me and Talis sat down at E4 during that heat wave whilst he's a bit pissed and I'm suffering from terrible heat stroke, regaling Hugo, the writer of the play, about our experiences in Brickelion.
Oh.
And I don't want to say it was scene for scene perfect
No.
and exactly what happened and not trampling on Navarre culture whatsoever.
With a
But
monstrous squirrel that
the
came in
Valorn
attack.
squirrel. But it portrayed Nietzsche's and Talis's relationship perfectly. Ian's reaction to what was going on throughout the play was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. It
He's
was
in
funny
the
'cause-
corner at the
yeah.
front row with his coconuts like, oh
Literally,
God, no.
I could see the play. I could see Ian and Tom both like next to each other. And also, we obviously have a friend who's Gwyn in play. and he was at Brokelian, and there was a character in the
Thing
story
called
called
Gwen.
Gwen, and they kept like Bryn, I don't know the name, but this character was a female. And actually, we turned out at the end it wasn't Gwyn, but it was very confusing.
It was like, oh,
they're like,
you've
don't know
written-
his name, don't know
you've written
their
Gwyn into
gender.
this.
It was great
very
because you had
funny.
people in the front row of Navarre's like, is this what we are to you, Talus? Is this how you see our traditions? Like them dancing
I think
the trods in a hugely
literally
like,
one-
dramatic way.
They'd like really obviously written into the plot as well, like, oh, we know in Navari culture when somebody gets our customs a bit funny in a play and they try and represent us, we tip them. I was like really like obviously, you know, it was so
So
funny.
you see in the front row every Navari character pulling out one ring pieces to start pelting at them. It was a fucking highlight. I don't think I've
Absolutely.
laughed so much at Empire.
And obviously Talus was giving out bubbles beforehand, which I already had Talus bubbles. I was like, nope, look, I came prepared.
So in short, for those who didn't get to watch it, please go and see it next time if it's
Oh, is
ever
it going to be on again?
I
It was
don't know
meant
if
to
it's
be
on
on a
again.
Sunday, but obviously it got cancelled.
But I think it was one of the best, if not the best play the Jackdaws have done, as you said.
Yeah.
Basically, the story was about Nietzsche and Talus going through Bekeliand and
Rescuing-
how we rescued his beautiful 14-inch lizard, Ifan.
Yes. Also, Lex playing Ifan was very good.
Yeah. I think there was like I don't know, was it an Irizarry captain called Captain Buzzjoy or something like that? Or Commander Buzzkill?
God. So it sounds like you had a wonderful time.
Wonderful time. I was
Lots
there
of
because it
fun.
was my tea time from Rocky's Rack, so I'm standing watching a play commissioned about me, devouring this massive piece of
One
rib.
day I will see a Clattering Curtain play. One day.
You really have to.
I
I will
really
keep
want
bringing
to.
flyers to you
Yeah,
and
I
reminding
really-
you of the times.
we were planning on going on the Sunday, but
Yeah.
Sunday.
And I think
Yeah,
after
of
that,
course.
the only notable thing I really did was I went to go and see the Skinner's Demise put on by the Clattering Curtain
Also
again.
a very good play, which very relevant this week,
Yeah.
actually.
Which was fantastic. Love myself a Simpsons reference.
Yeah, Aurora Borealis.
And then I think my night was pretty much a write-off of that. I was meant to go to the Reaper's wedding, but something happened where the bride and the Reaper both disappeared. The bride,
I know
Yeah, I'd
who-
heard about that. I was meant to go to that.
I know who's responsible for that.
yeah, no spoilers.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
But I was like, it's cold, it's wet, it's midnight.
Yeah.
I'm a bit miserable. I'm turning.
Oh,
in.
It's
we
cold, it's
turned
wet,
at
and
the
I'm an
same
old
time, didn't
larper. Sorry,
Yeah.
go on, Kerry.
No, I remember we turned in at the same time, which was rare. And we had a couple of friends come into our tent and just have like a sort of like OC-ish
sure.
hangout where we were all just sort of chilling in like the dry, warm space and just hanging out and chatting. It was lovely.
One final thing, not my plot, but I'd like to call out Pernell, our pet Dornish we had for the summit.
Oh, yeah.
He was yo-folking for us in a league guide. So he was working with the Jackdaws, doing us favours, help. Part of his tested metal was to help us, so it's nice having a Dornish yo-folk as a squire.
They're good, aren't they?
They're very handy.
They're very useful as a Dornish.
And
Yeah.
I love Felix as a LARPer. I met him at our first Empire going back, was it 2021, 2022?
22.
They were the one who sold me a set of armor, said pay me back after the battle, and then
Oh,
died on it.
Yeah.
The
I
extra.
remember. I remember.
So it's always good catching up and seeing how they're doing.
Yeah.
It was like their experiments. Like, I know I went to Core Draco, but I want to know what it would have been like if I accepted the offer to go into the Jackdaws.
Yeah.
So that was very cool over the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then it rained.
And then it
And then it rained.
So after the play, I'd gone back to Hens and ended up bumping into some Dread Shields there, and it was really probably the first time, like in character, I'd seen the Dread. Or first time my character had met the Dread Shields, really, other than Alex and Chloe. But also, like, I hadn't really been round, and it was so lovely because they came over and they were like, "Where have you been? We've not seen you all weekend." And I was like, "Oh well, my character doesn't know you. Well, in character, we're inviting you round." And
Oh,
it was
bless, that's
lovely,
nice.
and I had a chat with their vigilance priest, who they have dubbed the worst vigilance priest in Anvil. And I was like, "Oh, thank fuck, it's not me." I will happily take the second worst vigilance priest in Anvil. And we had a little chat about vigilance. And again, it's like I feel like I'm getting more into the swing of talking about actual in-character things, like talking about monsters on the Friday night, talking about actual like vigilance and like, you know, vigilance tests and like having a little chatter about it. Around the fire on the Saturday night was also very fun. And I had literally I'd been waiting to bump into cricket all event because I'd got on a little wooden cricket that it's got like a little stick with it, and you like run it along and it makes a little cricket sound. And I was like, when I bump into them in character, I'm going to give them this surprise. And I'd gotten so sick of waiting because it was Saturday night and it was raining. I was like, you know what? I am going to the Dreadshills camp now. I am finding cricket and I'm giving them their gift. And then they gave me a little purse that's the shape of like a Russian nesting doll. So like they'd clearly had the same like OC thought that they'd seen something and gone, that's very Radka, and I'd gone, that's very cricket, and we'd just gone and swapped over them, which was very cute. And I hung out with them a little bit, but then like the smoke was in my eyes, and that's sort of when I called it with Tom. We finally found the Senator of Holberg. Literally, I'd given up and I'd gone off to Navarre, and literally it was such a slog to get to Navarre and a slog back. And I'd seen Lana, and I thought they were just cutting through the side of League, and I thought, oh, that might be a better way to go. I'll go that way. And they were like, oh, this is the Senator of Holberg's tent. It's great that you're here. We've got everything. We're about to do it. I was like, oh my God, brilliant, fantastic. So we did our play without the little puppets theatre stand, but actually it was easier on my back, I'm not going to lie, without the stand, just having the puppets in front of me. If you've not seen We're Going on a Sausage Quest by the Jolly Jackdaws, then you need to see it. Not that I know when it's going to be on.
I hate
it's
love
very fun.
how I don't run a mercenary company. I just run a theatre company now, with having nothing to do with the theatre side. That's where all the money is.
No, but it was so much fun. And this sausage platter that Lana had made for the Central Folberg, it was literally like sausages around the side with like broccoli trees in the middle. And she was like, yes, I know that the trees obviously should be outside of the walls, but just for presentation. It was very cute. And sadly, though, the Custodian of the Bloody Great Sausage title was not elected at E1 due to someone being absent or something, I think. So it will be decided at the next summit, where Grace will have to send a ambassador because she's not going to be here.
Proxy
for that, because it'd be really sad if she doesn't get it. We put in so much effort, and he was the delight on that person's face.
Are they going to consider that performance and just send someone across, or are you going to have to do the performance again?
I don't think we'll have to do the performance again because Grace won't be there anyway. But I think we just have to go to the official meeting, basically.
Okay.
I don't know if it got called off because of the rain, possibly. But yeah, the Senator of Holberg looked absolutely delighted, seemed to enjoy every minute of our little play. And it's very funny forcing my team to participate. And yeah, it was lovely. And then obviously I basically called it that, and I went, right, I'm going to go have some food. I'm going to sit around and wait. And that was my event. And then it was just the pack up, which was very, very interesting. But it was kind of funny because people were like chanting marching songs and everything. I heard someone dragging a chariot going, a little bit less rain wouldn't do us any harm.
The thing is, the pack up, we'll do the battle after, but the pack up, everyone was such high spirits. It wasn't like E3 last year where it was just defeatist with all the rain.
I was woken up.
We woke up like, Morgan, what's the game plan?
I was woken up at 9:30, and they were like, because I think you'd been by camp to ask what was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is happening? Came out, it was like, the PD have said, there's up in the air whether or not the battle's going ahead. Then it was like, we're not going after Monster, and we're like, what we're doing. I'm like half awake, and I'm like, So I was kind of like, we ended up deciding, I was basically like, do you know what? Let's just enjoy the game, and then we'll get back up. But I managed to drag myself out of bed. I was like, do you know what? I'm going to Monster.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to be cancelled. I was sure.
Yeah.
I am so glad I went to Monster. It's the most fun I've had monstering in a long time.
I'm glad. I thought it'd be dangerous, like people in heavy armour in that mud. But
we
I hear it wasn't as bad on the battlefield.
It wasn't the Clankers that game, though. It was Navarre, Brass Coast.
Yeah, we'd been briefed that everybody who had a strike down had a
cleave. It was a cleave because I had a pole on.
Everyone that had a strike down had cleave instead because they were like, we don't want to throw people in the mud.
Yeah.
If you go into the mud, just crouch, but stay there for a little bit. I was playing a spring ritualist and was having a lot of fun healing a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You didn't get to wear your morph suit?
I didn't get to wear my morph suit because it was too cold and too wet. But yeah, I had fun battling.
Got it for the rest of the year now. Exactly. I'm sure there'll be Grundle again.
I had a whale of a time EMUing. Having a pole arm and cleave with lightly armed nations is such a little treat.
Yeah.
Because first I was like, oh, let's see where my friends are. like not obviously running across the battlefield to get to them. It's like, oh, you're in this area now. I'm gonna get you. So the first one I go for is a Kia. So I had a nice little duel with a Kia. They said, actually, they very complimented because they said it's very unusual to find a Paulon who can hold me back. Like, yeah, landed a cleave on a Kia, so I was happy at there. Running off into the woods because I don't know if you're about you, but I thought the Grendling was very skirmishing. There was a lot of skirmishing in the Grendel.
Yeah.
Running across, which I enjoyed. I really enjoyed the reduced numbers in the battle because I could actually get stuck in without being shoved back. It wasn't overly crowded. You can move around and react.
I played a very fancy Grendel.
Yeah.
And I spoke a little bit like this. My name was Andromedus. And I was strolling around the battlefield. But is anyone like healing? And then like running off, like very panicked when the line moves too close.
We were the
towards me.
wave riders.
That
All
sounds
right.
fun.
Good eye, mate. How you doing?
No, we were like all the ritualists with very fancy orcs. Like, what a wonderful day. You know what
That
I
sounds
mean?
like my kind of monstering. I can
It
do
was
that. Yeah.
hilarious. And then as the line came, like full on Jack Sparrow running away, like, ooh.
Yeah, we were all Australian.
Oh God. Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
The diversity amongst the Grendel.
But yeah, it was good fun.
I also got another cleave on one of our good friends, Alex. It's like, oh, there's the line. And look, there he is. He's next to a tree. Just go sweep around the tree, cleave.
I can imagine you doing that.
I always gun for Chloe as well if I try to see Chloe, but I can never reach her.
No, it's
Little
very
scamp.
quick.
I did see her down. I was like, you want to go mock her? Nope. There was something happening where apparently they couldn't stand up because the ground was so slippy.
Yeah.
So the ref had to go.
I'm sure they'll
right,
tell us about that tomorrow.
call that back, push off, reset kind of thing, which I think is
Yeah.
what actually saved their life, perhaps.
Yeah, it could have been.
But it was also what solved Jack's life, because I saw Jack bleeding out. I was like, all right, mate, not looking too good there, are you? Basically spending a good, minute or two just mocking him. It's like, oh, this is really not a good time for you, is it, mate? You're running out of time. And then just running off, having a whale at the time, being a complete dick with a halberd.
Oh, dear.
I actually survived the whole battle without dying as well.
Me too.
Well, you Jack Sparrow ran away
Yeah,
from all
I got
the-
shot by an arrow because I was sauntering along the line and someone took their opportunity and shot me in the
I mean,
leg.
fair enough.
I
You would.
felt the monster crew gave the players a hell of a good battle. It feels like we
It does sound like you guys did
punched a
well.
lot
Yeah.
above our weight for the numbers we had.
Given numbers, yeah.
Yeah, because not everyone will have shown up at weather like that.
I probably said
Not
it
all
was
the
probably
players
about
did either.
200,
Yeah.
300 monsters, if
There
that.
wasn't a lot of us, yeah.
Did we win?
No.
All right.
No, they smashed it.
No, fair enough. It just felt like we were doing
But
a
you
lot.
made it
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, no, they absolutely smashed it. But because it was, we were very small numbers.
Yeah.
Because the objective wasn't kill the Grendel, was it? It was like they had other things to do. But yeah, that was monstering. Sunday for me then is I had to report a couple of crimes, which we're going to talk about. And then
Plot relevant.
plot relevant. And then I went to military council.
Nice.
Spoke to the general of the Granite Pillar and spoke to her about my ambitions when it comes to fighting the Cold Sun. And so told her that I was going to be taking my military unit with her to Miaran, marching with the Granite Pillar. I can talk about this because downtime's closed. But yeah, I'm marching with the Granite Pillar to Miaran with my military unit. No Gurdon, so I'm going to be very poor next summit, but it's all about the adventure, it's all about the story, all about the glory.
Woo!
I'm guarding the spy units for money.
Which units?
Duh. It pays 6 crowns and gives me 2 mana. I'm happy. Was it 4 crowns?
Whisper War.
That's the one, Whisper War.
Do you know that puts you on the list?
What? Does it put me on the list?
You'll be on the list.
Oh,
List
shit.
of what?
And what's the Whisper War? I've been there twice.
And then we did it, but then did the Grand Tour instead. It's not happened as far as I know yet. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Tell me off air.
We'll talk about it later.
Have I made a mistake?
No, you haven't made a mistake. Well, anyway. But yeah, so that was it. Then, like you say, Pack Down was actually horrible, but at the end of it, I got a very good sense of thank God it's done.
Accomplishment.
Yeah.
And then we sank.
And then we tried to drive out. We got stuck. Oily.
For reference to your thumbnail from the previous episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, finally managed to get off. And you know what? Excellent first event of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Like even the bad, like it was one of those things that's like horrible to do, but like you're going to be talking about
I
it for
actually
years.
kind of
You know,
enjoyed it more than some because you played to the last minute. Sometimes we packed up, were waiting for you. It was nice for you
Yeah.
having to be proactive and just constantly moving stuff and
it
rather
was an
than just sitting
interesting
around.
challenge, and you know,
We
like I felt
overcame
like we
it.
got a good workout, and like seeing my steps at the end of the day, I was like, yeah, you know what, go me, yeah.
I fucking love Daisy and Oily. It's like, right, who are those wankers who are just sunk over there? Oh, they're
Literally,
all
like, running out
wankers.
of their car, going, "Way, you're sung." Like, all right, thank you. Come fix it for us. Okay.
It was Oily ran over. He goes, "Mate, you can't park here."
It was like we hit him, like, you know, head right into like the You see, this is how bad I am with cars.
The cab.
Yeah, the cab, whatever. Yeah, and then like turns around and Daisy's just got a tinny. Just like, where did you get a tinny from?
Oh god.
But you know what? It was the most worrying thing about this event for me. It was
What?
actually post-event. Finding out that we almost missed Burger King by 10 minutes.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
can
Yeah,
you
we
imagine?
went to our service station, Burger King, and then almost couldn't get down the stairs because they'd blocked off the stairs because everything was closing. We were like, "Oh, these things close."
Yeah.
According to Morgan, I was going in and out of Nietzsche like a complete gremlin eating a burger ticket.
Yeah, you really were.
Hobo.
You really were.
Playing my new favorite game. If a celebrity was in Empire, what nation would they be in?
Yes. But yeah, fantastic event.
Yeah.
My highlight for this event was definitely getting my own skirmish to lead.
Yep,
that was
nice.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Absolutely loved that. Absolutely fantastic time. Very exciting. Very sad challenge the Iron Duke has gone away for a little bit, but hopefully it'll be good when it comes back. But that was my event highlight.
What about you, Kerry?
Oh god, that's really hard to choose. It was such a good event. You know what? If I had to pick, I'll go for the presenting the play to the centre of Holberg, just because it had been something we'd been working towards and trying to find him all weekend, and just the sheer delight on his face was lovely.
Yeah. Serious for me, all the politicking for the chair of the wolf, doing it with great friends, and actually getting the Jack Does the Hat. Silly, I fucking just loved having an hour laughing my arse off with Benno and Elle. It was so, like, just needed. Because I
Yeah.
don't get time to do that often, so that was a real treat.
Absolutely love. The longer you're at LARP, the more people you meet, the more you just can turn a corner and have a good chat with a good friend, and like, you know, or you know, everywhere you go, there's a familiar face, there's a friendly face. Like even Lana was saying that we were walking to lunch one day, and along the way between the league camp and the out of character food area, two separate people recognised her as a, you know, the clattering curtain. Like, oh, love your plays, yeah, just. Oh, yeah, she looked well made up.
Yeah, no, I do love it. And I really enjoy, like you say, doing things, but it's also nice because we've done player events and other LARPs.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know, because there's people I know that I wouldn't know if I hadn't
Oh,
done
yeah,
these
no,
things.
yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have known. There's lots of people I wouldn't know if I didn't go to the iLARP site or anything.
Yeah, the reason I know Circuit is because of Hoist of Colours.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
which
same,
is-
really.
Yeah. But yeah, no, absolutely fantastic
Yeah.
event.
The more you get integrated into the community, the better.
Oh, definitely.
Like, really, yeah. You get what you put in as well.
Mad that we, you know, Sunday was an absolute washout. It was pretty cold.
Yeah.
Still fantastic fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping the next one's not a heat wave. That's all I'm
I feel
hoping.
like everyone's got a good attitude, really. Like, it's because
Yeah.
people were, you know, slogging through, but singing marching songs, like, it's a good day to die or whatever, like, you know, like, and it's like, even when, like, the weather's like, we kept bumping into a spring mage that we know in
Ibis.
Horizon, and we kept, oh, you did this, you cast a spell on us. And, you know, must have passed about 5 times loading the vibe. We were like that many to and fros. And it's just like the vibe was still good, even though everyone was like knackered and slogging. And we all knew it was going to be a long, hard pack up, and we were all kind of struggling like physically. But like, I think pretty much everyone like had a good vibe about them, which was nice.
But yeah, so I think next episode, get ready to hear about. I know we've been missing our Navarre content.
I'll be doing
Yeah.
the episode with those guys.
So have some
picking them
Navarre
up.
content.
Yeah.
Before we go, we do have a question from Adam, I believe.
Right. 5-star review from Adam. This has no review in it. This is just a question.
Yeah, let's do it.
Adam, where's my review? What is this? Anyway, after reading. The broad spectrum of character and game types does a lovely job of showing the ways Empire can be played. Speaking of characters, which of the false virtues would your character be likely to follow? Pick from vengeance/justice, peace/hope, purity/hatred, freedom/anarchy, or glory. So I'm not going to say glory, because glory
That'd
is
be too easy.
Glory's A, very easy, and B, there are no glory auras as far as I'm aware. Tristan is very Often very easily seduced by vengeance.
Yeah.
Vengeance is very easy to fall into because it's like someone's upset me and I'm going to kill them because of that. And I think it's one that lures a lot of people. So I definitely think if there's a false virtue for Tristan, it's vengeance.
Yeah. I'm torn between peace or freedom.
You can only have one.
Well, I'm just thinking. I mean, this character is brand new. You guys have developed characters. You should have an answer, Nietzsche.
Oh, I do have.
I know Tommy.
Go on,
does.
then. You.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Nietzsche. I think without priests and the way like teaching him, he would just go into full freedom mark, like just waving his red, white, and blue around.
I think it's really funny though because I think you say that, and then when the jackdaws start to rebel, like, no, not that much freedom, less freedom, less
It's like
freedom.
it's a hypothetical
so-
false virtue, not a literal.
So just go full presence of the United States.
Yeah,
Everyone's
exactly.
free, except not you. Not you.
I suppose I'd have to go with peace, like that sort of apathy. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm not a combatant character. Like, as much as I say, like, I preach vigilance and
you hope for things
hope
to
for
get
things
better
in that way. But like, yeah, so I could imagine if anything, she would probably lead into that, like through fear of going too far, and
I heard a bit of a trick the other day.
yeah.
So a lot of our like language, just normally we use the word hope quite a lot. Hope you're well. Hope to see you soon. Somebody told me in most situations you can replace the word hope with the word trust. I trust you are well. I trust I will see you soon. So if you're writing letters and you don't want to sound like a heretic, really good way to kind of to replace hope. But yes, cool. Vengeance, peace, and freedom. Don't inquisitors.
No, yeah, these are sort of hypothetical in sort of like a parallel universe where we've lent further into those. Like, those aren't actually. Obviously, I'm a vigilance priest.
Absolutely.
My true, forgotten the word.
Virtue.
Already. My true virtue, because I'm the second worst vigilance priest in Anvil, is vigilance. Yes.
And I'm dedicated to ambition.
Makes sense.
What about you, Tristan?
Loyalty.
There we go.
Loyalty.
Tristan's dedicated to loyalty.
Of course, that makes a lot of
Loyalty
sense.
cult.
Yeah.
Everything he does is for those he loves.
Right.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. So, thank you very much for everybody for listening. As usual, if you want to support us, you can follow us on whatever podcast platform you're listening to and give us a 5-star review. I am contractually obliged to read out every 5-star review that gets through iTunes filters. Perhaps if you leave the comments on Spotify, I may read those out as well. Perhaps not. We'll see how I'm feeling because it's harder to find those.
We'll have to take it on faith that you've left us a 5-star.
Yeah, exactly. If there's no
rating as well.
Exactly. Maybe even in the little interaction bit, put 5 stars. Someone did that on YouTube. Actually, they left 5-star emojis.
I like that.
Yeah. But yes, you can support us through that, liking and subscribing on YouTube. We also have a Patreon at Fabletop Tales where you can help support us and help keep the lights on. Also, as another thing, in the description, you will find our Empire discount code, which will get you £15 off your first ticket, and also gives us £15 off our tickets, which helps us, once again,
Share the load
and get our taxi down to...
I'd also like to thank every of you mad fuckers for selling out our event in 40 minutes.
Yeah, our player event sold out in less than an hour.
40 minutes it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to everybody
Your
who's
support
coming.
is amazing.
Really excited to see you all there.
There is a wait list.
Yes.
Please get on the wait list. We will be in touch if any spaces open up. We've already had one dropout.
As I say, there's always some dropouts to every event.
And we'd love to have a full event. We expanded the list to get as many people in as possible. The venue is filled to bursting now, so
It looks like a beautiful venue though.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm really excited, and we'll all be different characters,
Yes.
which I can't wait for you to find out in play.
Yes,
if you
exactly. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for E2, and I'm also excited. I'm excited to listen to the first episode of Larps and Tarps I've not been on.
Ooh, that will be interesting. Is it the first
what?
one? Yeah,
First one.
Yeah.
You were briefly there.
Yeah, I
On the Tim
interrupted.
interview.
I interrupted one, but it'll be the first episode of Larps and Tarps I have not been on.
That's
so
very exciting.
I look
Let's see
forward
the
to
anarchy.
listening.
We're creating history here, people. or you guys will be next week.
Morgan's gonna be like looking at his phone in Turkish. God, I wish I was there. What are they saying about me?
What are they talking about? But yes, thank you very much, everybody, for listening, and we will see you again soon.
Bye,
See you
folks.
soon. Bye. Do-do.